Imagine orchestrating a food mission bringing nearly 27,781 meals onto the tables each day. That's 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, cooked, prepared, and served on military time. Each must fit within tight nutritional parameters, meet a full menu of dietary requirements, and get out on time, all the time. It's not food service. It's a logistical miracle that cannot be exaggerated. With us today are some of the individuals who make this incredible operation hum daily. It's not a matter of quantity, feeding thousands of soldiers a day. It's a matter of quality, consistency, and readiness. In the military, performance is directly linked to food. Whether to prepare a West Point cadet to be a leader or an active duty soldier, food is critical to keeping the force tough, disciplined, and mission capable. At bases and academies throughout the United States, from the United States Military Academy at West Point to Fort Sam Houston and the U.S. Naval Academy, food service operations are as extensive as the largest university campuses or corporate dining programs. These are not institutions where one is simply fed. These operations are morale builders, discipline enhancers, and community builders. Let's put it in perspective. Over 13,000 meals are cooked every single day at West Point alone to serve around 4,400 cadets. That is over 4,000 breakfasts, 4,000 lunches, and 4,000 dinners each day. This enormous undertaking is guided by a multicultural team of over 200 individuals. They are Department of the Army civilians, private contractors, food service professionals, and uniformed personnel, all deployed together in a concerted effort. There's room for all, from menu planners to cooks, sanitation to inventory personnel. And in San Antonio, at Fort Sam Houston, Slagle Hall Mess Hall serves up some 66,000 meals a week. That's nearly 9,500 meals a day. The women and men who dine there are Army soldiers, Air Force airmen, and Navy sailors, so the building is a melting pot of the military. The magnitude of the meal indicates the scope of the importance of cooperation, coordination, and most importantly, efficiency. Not only are chow halls in the military feeding soldiers, now they are also fueling soldiers. All menus are designed with the active duty service members and cadets' caloric and nutritional requirements in mind. Menus are aligned on a 4-week rotation to provide variety as well as balance. Each meal is designed to provide an approximate 1,200 to 1,500 calories based on the meal occasion and the activity level of the service staff. Particular attention is given to including adequate amounts of protein, complex carbohydrates, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals in meals. They collaborate with chefs and meal planners to provide meals that not only benefit the body but also the mind and overall health. For cadets who can be seated for hours at a time under physical training or field exercise, proper nutrition can be the difference between optimal performance and fatigue. Some also provide nutrition education that invites young cadets and recruits to adopt healthy eating habits for a lifetime. Behind each meal served is a complex supply chain that brings it all together. Ingredients come from a mix of government contracts, locally authorized vendors by the government, and national distributors. At Fort Sam Houston's Slagle Hall, the dining area operates on an annual food budget of about $14.2 million. That covers fresh fruits and vegetables, meats, dairy foods, grain products, and bulk pantry products. It's a day and night task to have food delivered on time, stored properly, and available on hand in the quantities needed for daily operations. Inventory and logistics are also important. Such online tools monitor food consumed, estimate future needs, monitor best before dates, and help reduce wastage. Coordination with delivery companies ensures ingredients are fresh and in compliance with safety protocols. During crises, whether it is natural disasters, supply chain interruptions, or public health crises, these facilities have backup arrangements to continue the delivery of services. Each day, hours of preparation begin as most cadets or soldiers are still asleep. It is not uncommon for West Point's cooks to begin as early as 3:30 a.m. Scores of cooks are already hard at work chopping the vegetables, baking fresh bread, cooking the meat, and preparing the side dishes when the breakfast is being served. The appliances in the kitchens are industrial sized to be capable of cooking enormous quantities of food. Remember 60-gallon soup kettles, walk-in freezers, conveyor ovens, and tilt skillets. It is all designed to do high volume daily and safely. Preparation is in assembly line segments where each member is actively involved. So, for instance, the first team is in charge of the proteins, while the second attends to sides, and the last concentrates on sauces and garnishes. Timing is everything. If one part is off, the entire service of the meal is behind. Food is prepared in batches, and food is properly prepared, stored, and served at the correct temperatures with proper food safety procedures. It is as important to have the food served as it is to prepare it. West Point cadets have only 25 minutes for lunch. That is, food has to be on the table, fresher, hotter, and ready to eat the moment they sit down. The cadets dine at 12-seat family-style tables. The practice encourages camaraderie and streamlines the service. The meals are brought to the tables in trays, and the cadets serve themselves by passing down the plates. At King Hall of the U.S. Naval Academy, the ceremony is just as disciplined. Meals will be served with precision timing to accommodate the frenetic lifestyles of midshipmen who study, work out, and serve in leadership roles. Due to this highly effective process, thousands are screened in under half an hour, a feat that would be nearly impossible under most non-combat conditions. Not all soldiers are the same in regard to food. Military mess halls have to serve different dietary requirements, such as food allergies, religious requirements, and lifestyle. Vegetarian and vegan, gluten-free, and halal options are placed on the menu as needed. Salad and build-your-own food bars enable the customer to create meals to their specifications, and there is also feedback in the process. West Point asks customers to provide their feedback in suggestion boxes and questionnaires. If a meal is receiving poor feedback on a regular basis, it's replaced or removed from the menu altogether, and this ensures there's extremely high satisfaction and little or no wastage of food. Food is also an integral part of military custom and ritual. Formal events, such as the 500th night at West Point, a dinner party 500 days before graduation, involve extensive planning and haute cuisine. These events usually encompass a sequence of courses, ritual toasts, and speeches with honor, tradition, and esprit de corps overtones. The restaurants go a step further by offering gourmet cuisine, formal table settings, and involving the cadets in planning. For occasions such as Thanksgiving, the mess facilities go out of their way to make the occasion festive. It would only be natural that command officers go out of their way to invite cadets or enlisted members to stop by the mess for occasions such as this, in a gesture of leadership and friendship. The military chow operations today are smarter than ever before. Computerized machines help in tracking how much is consumed, how cold the refrigerators are, etc. Meal tracking software minimizes food waste and monitors consumption habits. Inventory software will tell cooks what they need to procure and when to order. Even food preparation is made easier with combination ovens and programmable cooking stations that save man-hours and provide consistency. At the U.S. Naval Academy, for example, Buff Chicks, buffalo chicken sandwiches, are the midshipmen's favorite. With its new ovens and prep stations, the kitchen can produce hundreds of sandwiches that always turn out evenly cooked, safely, and deliciously. It isn't a simple task caring for nearly 28,000 individuals daily. Staffing could be the greatest challenge. With decades of chronic recruitment problems, some of the centers have to manage with less. In addition to that, food trends shift. Recruits and cadets may have a liking for vegan food, sustainable food, or food that is culturally appropriate. In order to adapt to the demand, bases use grab-and-go kiosks, mobile ordering stations, and refurbished dining spaces to facilitate flow and reduce wait time. Weather, resources, and pandemics are issues as well. COVID-19, for instance, prompted most dining halls to provide takeout and cut seating capacity without compromising quality or safety. They were still producing thousands of meals daily. Though the most visible faces of military kitchen operation belong to the chefs and kitchen personnel, the success of the monumental task rests on the shoulders of an army of less obtrusive, behind-the-scenes heroes. Sanitation workers clean all the kitchens and dining rooms to the highest levels of sanitation, scrubbing and sanitizing surfaces, utensils, and equipment to the point of removing even the potential for foodborne disease, a priority one function in serving thousands daily. Without their attention to detail, the potential for contamination and health risks would be the demise of the entire operation. Maintenance personnel are the other support pillar of critical importance, keeping the complex equipment, from massive industrial ovens to dishwashers and walk-in freezers, operating 24/7. Their technical expertise minimizes breakdowns and unscheduled maintenance, which would otherwise disrupt meal cycles and food quality. These trained technicians labor day and night, often repairing surprise breakdowns at ungodly hours, which enables continuous kitchen operations. Behind the scenes, administration personnel perform a range of important activities to keep the operation in compliance, effective, and accountable standing. They assist in providing routine training classes to bring employees up to speed with the latest food safety practices, military regulation compliance, and recent nutritional science. They coordinate health and safety regulators' compliance inspections and audits to keep all food preparation facilities in compliance with stringent standards. Importantly, many military food service specialists receive extensive and specialized training in addition to normal culinary training. Their professional training includes emergency food supply management, from which they can plan and conduct massive feeding operations even at field conditions that are substandard or during humanitarian operations. They can utilize mobile field kitchens with the ability to deliver hot, balanced meals under bad conditions, such as combat zones or disaster relief zones. Moreover, their sound foundation in nutrition science allows them to modify meals that build physical strength and mental sharpness, key to military readiness. Overall, these varied functions and multidisciplinary capabilities create a highly interdependent team committed to providing nourishment that not only sustains the body, but the spirit and mission potential of every service member. The scope of delivering 27,781 meals per day on average on U.S. military installations and academies is an upper-level, demanding undertaking that reflects the discipline and energy of military life. It's more than merely feeding hungry soldiers. It is a highly choreographed operation that is vital to the physical well-being, mental sharpness, and morale of America's soldiers. From the first raw material purchase, either in the form of giant government contracts or local cooperatives, through the demanding kitchen preparation, meal planning to accommodate varied nutritional needs, and efficient, speedy serving, every phase is filled with purpose and professionalism. Special military traditions and special meals are even carefully given attention as a consequence of fostering esprit de corps and camaraderie. The food they serve here is more than simple fuel. Instead, it is vital to the well-being of the whole person of the cadets and soldiers, building vigor and readiness with a direct impact on mission success. In feeding the force, these dedicated teams drive the very essence of military strength and resilience. Their commitment is to the highest standards of excellence, striving to have America's defenders well-fed, yet well-prepared for what is ahead. The whole gross food operation just shows part of collective, committed, and caring work that serves as a cornerstone in the entire military operation. Really, the final mission for which it was built, the defense of the nation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to more behind-the-scenes tales of the military. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes tour of life behind the mess hall doors, have a favorite military food memory or story, share them with us in the comments below, and let us know what amazed or surprised you the most about this enormous daily operation.